matchup between the strongest two players from these two teams so far in the SC2ITL. So take for that what you will. We're going to be spawning vertically here, which already is going to be very drop-centric, I imagine, as the game goes on. Let's see what happens as we go in to the game. In the lower left-hand corner of the map from Axiom Esports, representing AxiomAcer here in the SC2ITL, we have Heart. And in the upper left-hand corner, we have our teal Terran player from Cascade. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Cass. Cookie Face saying he thinks Axiom's going to take this one. A lot of guys interested, a lot of guys quite excited to see Cass coming out here. Shout out to, oh, let's try not murder your name. For Banad Svensk, for saying that I'm a great caster. And some other nice things. Thank you very much for your kind words, dude. As yeah, approaching the 1,000 viewer mark already. Speeding on up there today. So again, guys, thank you all for tuning in, and hope you're all ready to enjoy the rest of the games with us. Hello, Dadley Light 89 as well. How are you doing today? Cass gonna open Command Center first, and he did this last week against Jachi. And I'm a little bit questionable. You know, I question it a little bit because I just don't know how well it works out, especially against the gas first. And I can't remember what exactly Jachi did last week. I think he did open gas first. I'm pretty sure he did. But we'll see what happens here. As Hard not to sign the scout, so it's not like he's going to see the command center super early. It's very likely that he just scouts with his first Hellion or so, which he's going to get out of the factory, which again is going to be coming up very quickly because this is a gas first build. So we'll see what happens here. But I mean, it's kind of two ends of the spectrum. Pretty much the greedy, well, it is the greediest opening you can do as a Terran player to go command center first against the most aggressive, well, I guess not the most aggressive, but the most aggressive opening without proxying something, right? Because yes, okay, if you proxy 888, it's probably more aggressive than this gas first opening. But gas first almost always leads to aggression. At least it always can lead to aggression, and that's the beautiful thing about it. As an SCV will go and scout close horizontal positions initially. The beautiful thing about gas first is you can play defensively, but as soon as you see your opponent, if you see a weakness in your opponent, you can turn that defense into an offense very, very quick. So you're pretty much set up with a really nice set of buildings, the 1-1-1, and from there you can just do anything. So we'll see what Axiom Heart's going to do here. I mean, he's got a Reaper on the way. He's going to scout to the upper left-hand corner with it, and he's going to find Cass. He's going to realise this is a command center first, and immediately he's going to be able to start making decisions. How do I want to respond to this? What do I want to do against it? So let's see, as this first Reaper is about to be on the way over there, and we'll follow it across the map here. So heading across the map, we have a lot of Axioms, Axiom logos and hearts coming into the chat. Some cheering from Heart as well. As these few Marines going to start deflecting this Reaper, and immediately Heart, is he going to check? Ooh, he doesn't really check anything here. But now he's going to come back and seize the command center. And I think initially he kind of maybe just assumed there wasn't going to be a command center on the low ground this early, and then he was like, well, maybe I should check because I guess. I guess there could be. So he comes back there, he checks, he finds out, and now he knows. Cass taking his double gas right now. Heart's already on double gas, and he is building up towards this Cloak Banshee play as we see that Cloak upgrade beginning here. And I mean, again, it's a great way to play now. And if I'm Heart in this situation, and I've seen a command center first now, tech lab on the factory, make some siege tanks, control the air with my Banshees, and you don't even need Vikings, just pure Banshee will control the air. And you just march across the map with kind of a bunch of Marines, a couple of tanks, your Banshees, and I mean the beautiful thing is you don't even there's nothing going to be there's nothing great going to be up here for Cass to really defend. He's actually moving out on the map, which is actually very interesting. This could actually change things up a lot if he's able to do a little bit of damage here initially. This could be very, very interesting because there's quite a lot of Marines coming across here because it was very quick free barracks. So if he can do some damage before, say, a siege tank comes up, or before the siege tank sieges, this is great. But if Heart is suddenly the player who is on this side of the map and sieged up and slowly pushing forwards, then Cass is in trouble because he's got no real way to fight into siege tanks. This first Banshee, I mean, what is it here in terms of anti-air? There's a turret on the main, nothing on the natural though, and that's like, okay, not quite yet. There's a few Marines here, and Cloak's not quite yet finished. Cass is going to see this. We'll start moving towards this Banshee, nothing just yet, but here we go. These first Marines are starting to move up this ramp, and Hart isn't paying attention just yet, so this tank's in trouble, and Cass is going to do quite a lot here. Moving forwards, this tank's going to go down, and this is already huge. Losing the first tank, losing the first Marines, and there's a Banshee on the way. I mean, they will be able to kind of break their way through this, but these Marines move their way up this ramp, and he has to kind of rely on the Banshee. Now, the depots will buy him enough time for the tank to get out as well. The Banshee, again, should be able to clean this up. A little bit of damage done here. Cass shouldn't really scan, because the Banshee can just kite away. He's just going to target down the last few Marines. At the same time, this Banshee over here for Hart, he's actually picked up 12 kills. He's killed off every single Marine. Oh my god, he's killed off every single Marine, and no real SCVs, right? Yeah, just 4 workers or so far. But every single Marine is a pretty huge pick-off here. So, despite losing a lot of his own army, Cass has lost a lot of his back at home, which is probably going to be the difference here in terms of how well he holds off this push. Although, that being said, there's not much of a push coming across the map. A single Marine, a single tank. Is this the new definition of a 1-1-1, or the 2-1-1, I guess? 2 Banshees, 1 tank, 1 Marine. So these Banshees are still going to be annoying because, again, and ooh, if he loses Stim, that could be really, really important here. These Marines coming forwards, SCVs coming forwards too, Raz, and he just needs to repair this. As he's got a Viking on the way, so he'll eventually be able to deal with this. There's a bunker here, and that Marine getting picked off at the front. As the siege tank will siege, and again, I mean, these Banshees will be able to slowly pick away at this, but a Viking on the way, so eventually he'll be able to deal with this as well. Cloak comes down here, and this turret is actually being the first thing to be targeted down. And Cassie does have scan save, so he should be able to pick off these Banshees. A third Banshee coming in. As this siege tank in a little bit of trouble, Cass really needs to try and repair that, because again, that's going to be an important part of his defense. He doesn't repair it, he just runs into the mineral line and tries to stay alive. Banshee goes down, though, to the turret. And this is a bit of a weird situation. Now, the first Viking, I believe, is out for Cass. Where is it? There it is. He's going to move forwards with it, and he's going to be able to actually get rid of the high ground vision here of his opponent. So, Hart back at home. He has expanded. He's waiting to make that into an orbital, but Cass holds a pretty good economic lead here. As a scan comes down from Hart to be able to try and pick off this bunker. Good control there by Cass, though, as whoa, he's got the repair coming down. A few SCVs will fall, and the bunker falls as well, so this is a little bit dangerous, actually. Another siege tank on the way out. He scans, he's going to try and pick off that Banshee, not going to quite be able to get it, though. Cass does hold air dominance, because he has the Vikings. He needs to get this tank sieged up, though. These Marines are moving a little bit closer, and actually Cass just going to pull his SCVs and go for this. He's just going to attack into this and see what he can do. 8 workers killed already, and I don't know, scan comes down. He's going to lose all of these workers, 18 workers killed in total. Is he even going to be able to clean this up? I'm not too sure. I'm not sure if he really needed to fight into this. He gets the tank at least. And this should, I mean, just about turn around the rest of the aggression from Hart. Another tank, okay, yeah, it's going to turn him around. But again, I mean, Hart now takes an advantage, and I just don't know if Cass really had to fight into it. He had air control. He had a siege tank up, so there's no way Hart can actually attack into Cass. So I think Cass is okay to just kind of sit back, wait for him to attack, or wait for him to back off, because, you know, again, he has air control, so he can just keep slowly pushing his opponent forward. Yes, the Banshees are annoying, but, you know, just establish yourself a turret next to your tanks, and then you're pretty much set to go. So, So yeah, this SCV just going to repair up this Viking. As getting a bit close to the turret there, and in fact the Banshee goes down. Another well-placed turret there by Cass is able to allow him to pick that off. Still 8 workers behind though, so again he really needs to focus on getting those up, as he is going up to 5 barracks here very quickly. Now what does Hart have? He's only on 3 barracks, so he will fall behind a bit in production. His 4th and 5th racks now on the way, so it's going to be fairly close. Cass actually holds an army supply advantage right now. He's already got Stim, he's already got combat shields a little bit sooner. He could maybe try and move across the map and get something done. I guess Hart's just sitting pretty defensively in his main base. And, you know, that's not great. You know, if Cass stimmed into the natural, this could do a lot of damage. But, of course, I mean, Hart holds the map control, so Hart pretty much sees anything coming across the map. And if you see anything coming across the map, you have plenty of time to prepare. So, first few medevacs coming out here, I think it is just time to unsiege and move across here. I would imagine, I think so, anyways. I think so. I mean, because he has to think, you know, his opponent's made so many... I guess it's kind of questionable. I mean, Hart's medevacs aren't that far behind. Okay. I mean, it's a pretty even game here. Cass holds a slight army advantage, and I mean, I guess if I was in Cass's position here, really, I'd probably be thinking to myself, do I really hold enough of an advantage to, you know, to move across the map and try and win the game? And I think the answer, honestly, is no. Hart is very well prepared here for a Doom Drop, and that's exactly what Cass is going for right now, as he's going to lead the way with 3 Vikings, clean out the area, make sure nothing is going to spot this coming in. Depends how it's going to be interesting to see how far he goes into the base, because if he sees these tanks sieged up, he's not going to commit, right? At the same time, Hart begins to move out, so Cass needs to make sure he's set up defensively at home here. As he does see his units, and he's going to start dropping down. He's going to start dropping his tanks, but they're in range of his opponent's tanks. He's got a lot of Marines, but is it going to be able to make up for the siege tanks of his opponent? I don't think it is. Hart pulls some SCVs to buy himself a little bit more time. And Cass just picks up his Marines. He's going to get out of there, but he's already lost a lot of the siege tanks. He did kill a few workers, and honestly, I guess this hasn't gone as bad as I may be suggesting, because he's killed a few workers. It evens up the worker count, but this is the real issue. A big drop into the main base of Cass right now, as Hart actually accidentally reloads some of his units here. Cass is stimming forwards though, and he will be able to take this on. As these medevacs, one of them, ooh, I thought maybe one of them about to go down, so actually not really much damage done there by Hart as well. These medevacs, need to be a little bit careful, but medevacs of Hart will go down, and Vikings sniping that down. And Cass is very much so still in this game. He's going to be the first player to start a 3rd command center. As he moves back over here, he's going to have to be careful. These medevacs need to boost away. He's maybe going to lose his Marines. And a little bit overconfident there, as he's going to move out with this army. And feeling good against the drops now. Again, Hart does hold the map control. Look at this. He has pretty much a line of vision, so he should see anything coming across the map, and that's great, because it means, you know, if you see something coming across the map, you can decide to counterattack. You decide how you want to set up defensively, etc., etc. There's another big drop just going to load up from Cass, and is he going to go through the vision of Hart? Almost definitely. You know, if he was able to get through this small gap, I would be amazed. Thing is though, Hart's out of position, and he might just try and base trade. These Marines stimming in, they're going to try and see what they can get. They only get 1 medevac though. There's not much here for Hart at all, and we're going to see these units start to unload. A medevac which has got a lot of units, and it does go down very quickly. But these tanks and the Marines, they're going to stand strong, and well, I think Cass is in a pretty good position now. Hart's actually bringing his entire army back to begin dealing with this. He's killed off 13 workers with this attack. He's got the air control again with the Vikings, but not if he runs them into Marines like this. And that Viking will go down. A little bit of a mistake there. But Cass, I mean, he can pick up the Marines and get out. He's only going to lose 2 tanks from this. Does he have a second factory? Because once he loses these tanks, he's going to be really far behind in terms of the tank count. And I think it is just time to pick up and go, Cass! Okay, well, he loses the Marines. At least he gets out there with the medevacs. He's quite far behind in army right now. And Hart is also going to have a faster +1 armor. But again, he has this 3rd command center, so Cass is in a better shape in terms of economy. I just really want to see him add on a second factory, because he really needs some extra tank production, especially with the number of tanks he's lost in this game. As Hart himself looking as though he's going to go for the Doom Drop himself now, moves across the map. And, you know, he doesn't really, I mean, I guess it's a Doom Drop whatever happens, but, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to go into the main. He could just Doom Drop into the natural here, wherever Cass isn't, basically. As Cass holds a 10-worker lead right now. And these medevacs moving across, looking to see what they can maybe do, so... Oh no! Cass just sees it a little bit too late, unfortunately, and that's kind of devastating, right? He's going to unload on the low ground here. His tanks are going to siege up, but I think Hart is just going to destroy it. The medevacs just fly past each other. If the medevacs fly past each other, I mean, it's just Cass should have, you know, he had to be paying attention. He had to turn around a little bit faster here. Is he going to be able to clean this up? I don't think he will. There's plenty of Marines left here. There's a couple of tanks still, and the 1 tank there of Cass. Ooh, we hit some lag spikes, but Cass GG's out anyways. Wow.